Hello again. I've stopped by to finish up chapter 10 of Calpurnia Tate. Lamar sat stony-faced at dinner that night, and Sam Houston, he didn't say a word. I kept waiting for one of them to pounce on Travis in some way. Travis bubbled over with his news of walking Lula home, which amused father and kind of alarmed mother, who no doubt thought he was too young for such matters. Granddaddy was distracted, as usual. Normally, he was not much interested in the dinner conversation. I think he would have preferred dining alone in the library. While I think Mother might have preferred it too, that just wasn't something we ever do. We ate en famille, as she called it, and everyone, except Granddaddy, had to make some polite contribution to the general conversation, even if it was no more than a brief description of one's day. Kaylee, Mother said, what did you learn in school today, dear? Not much, I said. Lamar perked up and said, Kaylee got sent into the corner. What a pill. Mother put down her fork and looked at me. Is that true? Yes, ma'am. Miss Harbottle sent you to the corner? Yes, ma'am. For what? I'm not exactly I'm not sure, Mama. How can that be? Said Mother, with steel in her voice. She wasn't paying attention in class, said Lamar. He was fast turning into my least favorite brother. I'm sorry, Mother, I said. I was thinking about my book report, and I didn't hear hers all. I don't ever want to hear of you standing in the corner again, Calpurnia. The boys I can understand at times, but your behavior is a blot on our family name. Well, I heard, that's no fair. There was a stunned silence. Whoops! Everybody looked up, even Granddaddy. Then he threw back his head and let loose a laugh, which shocked the room even more. All heads snapped in his direction. It was a surprisingly vigorous bellow, not an old man's wheeze at all. I almost expected the chandelier to start tinkling. I nearly giggled in response. He said, She has a point there, Margaret. Pass the gravy, please. And with that, he punctured the tension in the room and deflected my punishment. I might have called down upon myself. Harry winked at me. Lamar stuck out his tongue at me. But of course, the disciplinarians at the table, well, of course they missed that behavior. After dinner, I asked Travis to show me his kittens again, and we walked to the far stall in the barn where a weary mouser kept watch over her furry family in the nest she burrowed in the straw. The kittens tumbled over her, battling each other. See, Kaylee, don't you think Jesse James is the best one? He purrs real loud. You can hear him from far away. He lifted the kitten from the straw and tucked it into the bib of his overalls, where it looked at home and produced a rumbling bass purr. Quite remarkable for something so small. You're sure Lula won't take him? No, Travis, I told you she's not like that. She is awful nice, isn't she? Travis, I sighed. Listen, Travis, you know that Lamar and Sam Houston are sweet on her, too. They are? Yes, I wanted to tell you. I bet lots of fellas are sweet on her. This stopped me. I sat down in the straw and I stroked the mouser, who looked like she could stand a little attention. Travis, I said, Aren't you sweet on her? I guess so. Then how come you're not upset? About what? He said, tickling Jesse James under the chin. About Sam Houston and Lamar. Why should I be upset? He looked at the kittens. Which one's the best, do you think? After Jesse James, I think it might be Bat Masterson. Don't you? Which one is that? I said. The orange one. His eyes are the same color as Lula's, kind of green and kind of blue, see? He handed me a protesting Bat Masterson. And I could see this on his, or maybe her, eyes, that maybe they were, in fact, the same color as Lula's. Maybe she'll pick him. Travis, I said, you don't like Lula because she has eyes like your cat, right? No, Kelly, of course not. Don't be silly. Okay, so what about Sam Houston? What about Lamar? He looked at me, very puzzled, and I realized that he had no clue what I was talking about. But he would grow and change and understand soon enough. Oh, never mind, I said. Your kittens sure are cute. The next morning, I walked to school with Travis, letting my other brothers set off ahead of us. Lula met us at the bridge. She wore a white pinafore and a dark green hair ribbon that made her eyes look exactly the same color as Bat Masterson's. She seemed pleased to see Travis. They talked all the rest of the way about cats, dogs, horses, school, Halloween, Christmas, and so on. We wouldn't think a 12-year-old girl would have much to say to a 10-year-old boy, but we'd be wrong. To my relief, the others left Travis alone all day. But the walk home was another story. Travis again latched onto Lula, and so did Lamar. I wanted to run ahead, but danger hung in the air. Hi, Lulu, said Lamar, spying an opportunity. Can I carry your books home for you? Both Lulu and Travis flushed. Thank you, Lamar, she said, and handed him her book strap. There was an awkward silence as we walked on. Then Lamar said, So, Lula, how come you walk home with a baby like Travis? Why don't you walk home with a real man like me? He made a muscle with his arm. Look, Lula, tough as wine. Oh, Lamar, you shouldn't have. The look on Travis's face and Lula's. Travis cried, I'm not a baby, in a high, unsteady voice, which of course made him sound like a baby. I'm not a baby, Lamar mimicked him. Quit it, Lamar, I said. You don't have to be so mean. What a baby has to have his sister stand up for him. Tiny baby. This was too much to bear in front of Lula. Travis, the most placid of my brothers, dropped his books, rushed at Lamar, and shoved him with all his might. Lamar staggered and dropped Lula's books and his lunch pail, but managed to keep to his feet. I could see Lamar was startled by this display, but not in the least hurt. He yelled, Baby! Travis teetered on the verge of tears. He wheeled and raced for home as fast as he could, sending up puffs of dust in the road. Baby! Coward! Lamar called. But I knew it wasn't cowardice that sent Travis flying down the road. He didn't want to shame himself and cry in front of Lula like a baby. The three of us stood in the road in an awkward silence. I picked up Travis's books. Lula cleared her throat and said, I've got to go home now. Bye. She scrambled for her own books and had gathered them up before Lamar could reach them, and then she took off, her long braid flopping as she ran. Hey, Lula! Lamar called after her. Hey, Lula! But she gave no sign she'd heard him, and she just kept right on running. Lamar, I said, sometimes you are such an amazing pill. What are you talking about? He attacked me. He punched me. He hurt me. He did not. I'm going to tell Mother on you. You snitch, he said. You pill, I said. Tattletale, he said. Maney, I don't want to walk with you. Fine, I don't want to walk with you. I'm going ahead. No, I'm going ahead. Well, then, go right ahead. And in a lather of irritation, we were both home before we knew it. Our family took a dim view of snitching and tattling. Why, I don't know. I walked through the front door weighing the cost of telling versus not telling. And when I was saved from making a decision by my mother calling me into the parlor. Calpurnia, come in here and tell me what's wrong with your brother Travis. Maybe you should ask Lamar, I said, as he tried to slink past me in the hallway. Lamar, come in here and explain, she said. Travis was sitting on the carpet at her feet, hugging her knees, his face flushed and swollen. He threw a furious look at Lamar. What happened at school today? She said. She nodded at Travis. He won't tell me anything. Lamar looked surprised. You hadn't expected that. Lamar, said Mother. He looked away and he wouldn't answer. Calpurnia, what happened? I looked at Travis for guidance, but his face was blank. Calpurnia, I'm not asking you to tell me. I'm ordering you. You tell me right this minute. So I told, hoping that both brothers would understand that I was under orders and I had no choice. Mother listened in silence to my whole story, starting with Lula. To my surprise, she looked more sad than angry. She doled out a light punishment of extra chores, and that, we hoped, will be the end of that. But boys being boys, and Lula being a beauty, it was not. The next several days were a cauldron of anxiety for me, and for Travis too, no doubt. Lula came to pick a kitten at a time she and I had arranged together, making sure that none of my brothers was around. To my relief, she chose Belle Star. I was constantly on guard against Lamar and Sam Houston on the trips to and from school, and it started to wear on me. I got to the point where I couldn't stand it anymore. And after dinner one night, I called them together out on the porch and I said, look, you can't keep herding me and Lula about like sheep. I'm tired out. You've got to leave us alone. You've got to leave each other alone. And if you don't agree not to fight, I'll make sure that she never speaks to either of you again as long as y'all live. I wasn't sure how I could manage that, but I was the resident Lula expert, their beloved's best friend, and I spoke with such conviction, Rosewood believed me. Here's what we're gonna do, I said. Each of you can walk with us one day per week. Travis, you get Monday. Lamar, you get Wednesday. And Sam Houston, Friday's your day. That's that. What about Tuesday and Thursday? Who gets those? Said Sam Houston. Nobody does. You leave us alone on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm not kidding. Any questions? To my great satisfaction, there were none. And that is the end of chapter 10. Have a peaceful night.